If you want to spend 1 hour with me, face to face, and discuss your issues and your problems, seek advice, hear a second opinion, mine, then next week I'm in Vienna, Austria. If you're interested, write to me at samvaknin@gmail.com. Samvaknin, like my name, SAMVAKNIN, one word, small letters, at gmail.com. The address is in the description. The email address is in the description as well. Write to me and I will send you all the terms and conditions. The payment, the conversation, everything you need to know. So next week in Vienna, looking forward to meeting you. The uncanny valley reaction is the unease and discomfort that we feel when we are in the presence of narcissists and psychopaths. It derives its name from the uncanny valley reaction first described by the Japanese roboticist Masahiro Mori in 1970. Mori discovered that as robots become more and more human-like, more and more humanoid, the level of discomfort and unease that people experience when they interact with these robots increases. And this is crucial to understand. Narcissists and psychopaths are robots of this kind. The reaction, the discomfort, the unease, the feeling that something is wrong, something is off key, something has gone awry, is because the narcissist and the psychopath, it's a work in progress. It's an incomplete, inexact, inaccurate simulation of a human being. Many things are missing. For example, empathy, affective empathy, emotional empathy, access to positive emotions, and so on. And it is these missing parts that create the uncanny valley reaction in people around the narcissist and the psychopath. The narcissist and the psychopath are on the way to becoming human beings. They're half-baked. They're not full-fledged. And this precisely triggers what Masahiro Mori, has described. But when does this uncanny valley reaction occur? When does it happen? Actually, according to some studies in Harvard, Lombardi and others, within the first 3 seconds. Many other studies have shown that the uncanny valley reaction in the presence of narcissists is triggered within 30 seconds, 30. This is true even when the exposure to the narcissist is via a single photo, a 30-second video, an email. So narcissists trigger the uncanny valley reaction even vicariously, by proxy, indirectly. Again, it's not because they are a perfect simulation. It's not because they're perfectly humanoid. It's not because they're indistinguishable from other people. It's because they are. Because they are distinguishable. Because they are imperfect. Because they are a work in progress. Because they are incomplete. And so people react this way. And the uncanny valley reaction leads to cognitive dissonance. On the one hand, here's the narcissist. There's the narcissist, and the narcissist looks like anybody else. The narcissist behaves more or less like other people, and so on. And yet there are emanations, there are transmissions, there are broadcasts that undermine this exudation of normality. There is a challenge implicit in the narcissist's presence and behaviors to the very implicit statement, I am just like you, I am normal. And people react to this with extreme discomfiture. And this cognitive dissonance What I see is not what I get. What I perceive and apprehend, sometimes unconsciously, what my intuition tells me, what my gut feeling instructs me to do, doesn't sit well with the apparition or with the presence that I'm exposed to. This dissonance is the reason for the uncanny valley reaction. And one way to resolve the dissonance is to deceive yourself and to lie to yourself and to say that something is wrong with you, not with the narcissist. And I've discussed this in other videos. So just a clarification on the mechanism and the source of the uncanny valley reaction. Presumably, if narcissists were miraculously or through some kind of treatment, if they were to become full-fledged human beings, if they were to become indistinguishable from other people, if they were to acquire empathy or even imitate affective empathy and imitate positive emotions convincingly, the uncanny valley reaction would disappear. But they're unable to do this. They're unable to do this because, for example, the narcissist doesn't have a functioning self and is subject to identity disturbance, exactly like the borderline. The psychopath, on the other hand, is an extreme case of lack of affective empathy, is goal-oriented, and is very machine-like. And so these people, narcissists and psychopaths, are never going to become full-fledged human beings. And they're going to trigger in other people forever, throughout the lifespan, they're going to trigger this sense of things are not as they ought to be. Something is wrong here. Listen to your intuition and to your gut instinct. They're right 90, close to 90, 85, 90% of the time, according to studies. If you feel uncomfortable in the presence of someone, walk away. It's a warning.